Good afternoon to my friends and followers of this YouTube channel and to the members. Thank you very much for your support as we keep going in the direction of non-bullshittery and transparency. Now, I'm going to start off by saying thank you for your message from this morning's daily rant and what I've been doing over the last few days. I really do appreciate it. Now, when it comes to what we see in the media, we either believe it or we're dubious, or we go searching for other avenues. Now, there are a lot of individuals out there that I highly respect, that are very well informed. When it comes to what's happening in Israel and Gaza, my person that I would call the subject matter expert is Colonel Richard Kemp, who's constantly out doing things. He is a great supporter of Israel, but he's also a humanitarian and he understands what's going on. When it comes to what's happening between Russia and Ukraine, I have a lot of good people in my corner that I can call up and ask questions to. I also see what the media's doing and I stand back and I look at it. But I'm from what I would say, I'm not an expert in the conflict, but I do know a lot of people that are well informed, and I base my opinions on not only my experience of war and what happens, especially when it comes to procurement and arms and ammunition. I also look at other individuals that are doing really well in the media, let's just say. I don't want to give away names of these individuals, but I take my information from people that I trust. I don't trust journalists when it comes to this war, because journalists give you the narrative that they've been told to find. Now, I'm fully aware, and I keep saying it, and this is the last time I'm going to mention it, the West has used Ukraine to offload munitions that were destined to be fired against the Taliban. Unfortunately, that whenever Joe Biden decided to pull out, he left the West in turmoil, because we had billions of pounds of contracts in munitions and weapon systems that hadn't been fired off. And what were we going to do with them? We couldn't take them back. It would cost hundreds of millions of pounds to dispose of these munitions. So the West was always looking for somewhere to offload. Zelensky needed them. He got them. But this has been done for far too long. Now, the one thing that I am dubious about, which is now coming about, is that the UK Prime Minister wants to put boots on the ground in a peacekeeping role in Ukraine. But I know and you know that if there is a peacekeeping role, it's going to be either United Nations or a NATO-type peacekeeping role. So that would mean putting NATO troops in Ukraine. Again, to put NATO troops in Ukraine, that would mean there would need to be a NATO base in Ukraine. That again is a red line for Putin. Now, if I look at this logically, and I hope you're looking at this logically, what guarantees have British troops got? What guarantees have they got? We only have to look at what's happening recently. What if British troops are fired upon? What rules of engagement would they be under? Are they allowed to engage first and preempt something? Or are there going to be public interest lawyers lining up to take on cases? Would public interest lawyers in the UK be allowed to get in touch with Russian citizens? You may think that's crazy, but they got in touch with Iraqis, they got in touch with Afghanis, they got in touch with Syrians. So they got in touch. It just begs the question, what guarantees have British soldiers got when they go and fight abroad or they have to deploy? We've just found out that 4 Special Forces personnel were found guilty of unlawfully killing terrorists in Northern Ireland. We've just found out that the Prime Minister wants to put death tax on British soldiers that are killed while serving their country. Is he going to release the death tax? Is he going to take it away? What's the incentives? Why would anyone in the British Army want to deploy to Ukraine? Begs the question, doesn't it? Keir Starmer needs to speak out in Parliament and guarantee that he will remove the death tax off British personnel if they're killed serving their country, and what rules of engagement they may be under when they deploy. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.